today I'm going to show you guys how to log our singles in a competition variant into our data sheet. So before we jump to the example, there are 2 points we need to keep in mind. The first one being the sheet itself, the data sheet, is dependent on how good we are at tracking our own RPE, our own RAR. And if you feel like at the moment you are not very accurate in your RPE/RAR predictions, you should select for the heavier singles that will appear in the upcoming weeks of your block. Let's say you are in the beginning of the block and you have an RPE of 5. Maybe don't select for an RPE 5 or an RAR of 5, because we know that as one is further away from failure, we tend to make worse predictions, and this gets better and better and better as we get closer to failure. So instead of selecting for a single at an RPE 5 and logging that data into the datasheet, select only for the single you performed at an RPE of a 7 or an RAR of a 3 or something above that. If you feel like you are on a stage when you are very confident on your predictions, you can select for RPEs below an RPE of 7. And the second point is that we should only insert singles in a competition variant. So if you have a single that's not a competition variant, let's say it's a paused single, or it's a paused tempo, squat, or whatever, you should not use those singles or you should not insert those singles into the datasheet. Only singles performed in the competition variant. Now let's jump to the example. All of us will be on different phases. Maybe we are all in volume phases. Maybe the competitions will happen very far away and we are all performing a volume phase. But you could be on a loading phase, peaking phase. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that we need to learn how to use this. So let's say on Monday, I have already programmed a single in the low bar squat, and the coach asked me for an RPE of 7, which translates to an RAR of a 3. For me, this would, for example, look like something or I should select something that's, for example, 100 kg or 100 kilograms. I performed my repetition and I perceived an RAR of 3, which translates to an RPE of 7. So I perceived exactly what the coach wanted me to perceive, an RPE of 7, RAR of 3. So I'm at the gym, I perform this, I insert the data on my phone, and after I insert the data on the workout sheet, I need to go to the data sheet to insert my top set. I already did this because I already recorded this video 1,000 times. But yeah, let's say you didn't see this. You didn't see, okay, so today is the 24th of July. I need to write that down. 24th of July. Okay, so it already knows that I'm on my mesocycle number 3. The lift, it was a squat. The load, it was 100 kilograms for a single. As you can see, it's supposed to be a single, and it already started to estimate. But for my estimate to be accurate, I need to report the RPE. It has to be RPE, not RAR. If you have any sort of trouble reporting RPE, I can send you a scale that has both RPE and RAR side by side, so you don't have a problem when logging your top sets. And I think this is important because maybe sometimes we are having a rough week and we think that maybe our program it's not working. But this is why I created these 2 tabs, because it's a way of protecting myself, because I can show you guys how we are doing. And if we zoom out from our current microcycle, and it's also cool for you guys to see if you guys are really into making progress. You can have like a look at the whole year and see maybe I progressed so much on my squats. I was performing a single at an RPE of a 7, and now I look at the welcome page and god damn it, I regressed. So you can have this on your sheet and it's super cool because it allows you to keep track of your progress. And instead of just looking at your current microcycle, which it's something super micro, you have more of a macro view of what's going on in your program. So yeah, that's why I think you guys should use this. If you don't have this in your program, it's probably because I'm trying to get you familiar with a variation. I'm trying to somewhat escalate you to have this somewhere in your near future. And yeah, but at the moment, I think most of us have this on our Google Sheets, so it's time to start using it. See you guys soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.